Okay, what's up, peeps? This is gonna be, well, actually a lot of this isn't gonna happen here on the live. It's gonna be a long one ultimately, but I'll probably be doing colors digitally on this one. So I don't think we're gonna be bombarding you with this piece for the next 4 days. 6 to 8 sessions probably. Okay, so we've got a couple new characters created by Kevin Crook. The characters, the hero of the story is Premonition, and the bad guy we're going to be illustrating is Manifest. And so Kevin and I have been talking quite a bit over the last couple of months since we first spoke, and kind of gone back and forth on what he's wanting to accomplish, and respectfully, I'm sure he's on and listening now. We've kind of gone back and forth and maybe had a little pushback on some things, but ultimately, I think the wish for any of these situations is to create the dopest possible piece of art that we can. So I think we're at a place where that's possible, and I hope he likes what I'm gonna do. I feel like I have a good idea that will present well and be exciting for the purposes of a cover, and I hope he enjoys my concept. So the biggest thing that I like doing for a cover is a cover has to be intriguing. It has to, we want it to be the thing that makes you want to open the book up and find out more. If it doesn't do that, if it tells the whole story on one page, then you're kind of you're putting the cart before the horse. So I want there to be some mystery here, but I also want there to be some intrigue, and I do want there to be some storytelling, some element of understanding what the big deal is, so to speak. And to do this, the biggest difference between these two characters, in my opinion, is Manifest is significantly larger than Premonition, the hero. He's a very dominating, brooding giant of a creature. Think in the realm of like Lord of the Rings kind of armor, and Greek mythology, and kind of angelic, demonic kinds of things going on here. So what I want to do is I want to capture that domination, that giant nature of Manifest looming over this tiny foe of a man in Premonition. So to me, what that means is to have this, he's got these downward horns, his helmet has like a mohawk fur thing. He's got fur on his shoulders. And then he has a sword. So the sword I'm gonna have, I want to have, he's gonna be kind of having it stabbed in the ground here. We'll figure out how to get it exactly. But he's gonna be looming his size and his power and his armor, all of that stuff is going to be dwarfing Manifest. Okay, so we're going to have him here, and then that's going to give us a chance to have we'll have Manifest here, or sorry, Premonition here. I haven't quite figured out, or like this positioning is probably gonna have to change quite a bit. I'm gonna have to, that's probably gonna be the main thing I'm gonna be playing with here today, is figuring out the exact positioning I'm gonna have these guys in so that they frame each other well. Because what I don't want to have happen is so let's play a scenario. If I wanted to show Premonition, you know, in a normal pose, kind of standing here, whatever pose we put him in here, right? Then it makes it difficult to show Manifest size in unless we put him like really big, which we could, but then I would be covering up too much of Premonition, I think, with him, and then I couldn't get all his body in there. If you wanted, and I don't want to have Premonition too far back, meaning too small, because he's the hero, right? Like, I don't want to shrink him down and have him way back here so that I can show Manifest size. And when it comes to perspective, you got to be mindful of, like, how do I show him being large and him being small in a way that is clear to the viewers. So if he's looking down, if he's looking up at him, that's clear, right? It's clear that that Manifest is significantly larger than his opponent here. And then we have Premonition has a cape, a cloak, so we'll probably play with that a little bit to figure out how we're gonna incorporate some motion and some movement in this. And then he kind of floats around in a mist, so that's also going to be a little bit challenging but not impossible. What up, Bug? You can have them side by side locking hands in battle. I mean, so let's play that scenario out. If we do side by side locking hands in battle, like one of the things that Kevin had suggested was them being in a yin-yang kind of configuration with their fists kind of meeting in the middle. See, even that, I'm gonna have to, if Manifest is significantly larger and their fists are gonna be meeting, like I could do that. But to me, what's going to end up happening is I've got this little bitty body here and this big body here, and I can't get any details on either one of them because I'm having to include both of these full-size bodies into this small, I mean, what's ultimately going to be a small space, right? Opposite. And I just don't think that I'm gonna capture just does not leave a ton of room for stuff to happen. I feel like I'm getting smaller and smaller on these guys. What about kind of like Silver Surfer 4, where Surfer and Thor are about to battle? Let's see if I can find that one. I mean, that's not terrible. Again, the biggest issue being, like, let's say we do that, right? Like, my biggest obstacle with these things is I don't want to overshadow Premonition. See, I'm already running out of room here. But like, let's just say that Premonition is half the size, or a third the size. And once again, he's this tiny guy up here. And we've got this huge, imposing figure. I mean, yes, I can scale it down a little bit, but again, how much smaller am I gonna make Premonition? So I can go this big. Which is small. Honestly, it's kind of small for the main character, or for the main baddie to so now the good guy is just this tiny little thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. I just feel like for it being the first issue, I would not want to see the main character all tiny. You know, I would want to, and I certainly would want to see him tiny. Like if we did this and you were looking at this as a first-time viewer of this comic, right? You would have no idea which one is the bad one and which one is the good one. Because this guy would get all kinds of size and mass and dominate the page and get a lot of detail, but the main character is just going to be, which I forget how he did something like this with the diamond. Yeah, this guy's supposed to be like 2 to 3 times the size of the hero. So we want him to look, we want to show that size, but we don't want it to show, we don't want to, showing mystery in the who the villain is. Carlos Perez, we're drawing some OCs. No, I'm not on TikTok Live. I'm almost never on TikTok Live anymore. What is inaccurate? EO, what's up, man? Make sure you check my latest message for you, brother, if you haven't already. Like, I want there to be some mystery, but I also want it to be clear, like, who the hero is and who the bad guy is. And I want there to be a desire to open the book and be like, who the crap is that giant dude that's on the page there? Joe, would an over-the-shoulder shot behind the villain work as the main character coming at us? Yes, it could. Here's here's one of the obstacles that we want to take into consideration with that as well. So if we have him standing and looking up at our guy, right? If he's standing and he's just kind of standing there looming, right? Like he's clearly just kind of posing there, looking down at our hero with his giant sword. So it would be a clear indication of he's standing, he's looking up, he's looking down, size difference. If we do let's say we do an over-the-shoulder thing here. And Premonition is coming at us. It could work. But it could also be like, Jesus. It could just look like he's far enough back. I appreciate you, Card Comic Freak. Kevin and I have an understanding. We're gonna make it work, man. So, to me, the whole what is going to be, I love this. I love this looming, dominating, looking down on, almost peasant-like imagery, almost silhouetted. This would be in the realm of Todd McFarlane work, which everybody here knows I admire a lot, and he's the man. But most importantly, it's gonna present a how is he gonna overcome this? Right? Like how is the little guy gonna overcome this big guy? If we show them locked in battle and they look like they're equal foes right off the bat, or even look like Premonition is already beating this guy, that's not intriguing. Like, it's not interesting to see the hero already winning over the villain. That's not fun. What we want to see is, we want to go, who the heck, who is this? Who's this looming scary character? I need to open the book to find that. How is our hero going to beat this looming scary character? I need to open the book to see that. And then on top of all that, let's show some cool stuff, be able to actually see what our main character looks like, have at least a concept of what our main baddie looks like. Yep, I feel you, bro. Sorry, man. I feel you. It'll go out today though, man. I've got to get a few other things shipped out, so it'll get sent out today. You'll have it. Ooh, and we need to talk. Sorry, you don't want it going to you. You want it going. Sorry to get distracted, guys. You want it going to CGC, right? Are you open to me holding on to it until, like, I might get CGC certified, or do you want me to just go ahead and ship it to CGC? Because I'll just have to ship you like a thank you card so that TikTok or so that Whatnot pays me. Okay, cool, man. I'll get it handled. So, to me, the biggest challenge here that I want to present is how do I show Premonition the best. I want to have his sword or his weapon in hand, which is this double-sided sickle. No problem, man. Good to see you again, by the way, man. I know you've been hard for you to get on lately. Clearly get some better feet than this. So I might raise, bring his size up a little bit. And we don't want Premonition to look intimidated, but we also don't want him to look like he doesn't like he doesn't realize his foe is gigantic, right? You digging that direction, Kevin? Right? Like if this is all kind of dark and stuff, and I would love to hear people's feedback. If this guy was all darked out, almost silhouetted, and you saw that comic, would that be intriguing to you as a reader? Would that make you kind of go, I mean, obviously we're a long way away from showing some detail and stuff. But is that gonna make you take a second look and kind of go, who is this guy? Can we see each of the two character and faces anyway? I don't know how we would show both faces in this scenario if they're, and this is again when I've been thinking through this, Kevin, as to show both faces, they have to both be facing, let's say, out, right? So let's say this is, let's say this is Manifest, and this is Premonition. Okay, well, in this scenario, again, we kind of go back to show the size difference, I've got to step back. Any way to have the giant villain and a reflection of water or something still mysterious? You're trying to get me to have to draw even more things, Joe? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we had gone through back here. The swinging up and swinging down thing, and maybe we could have these hands kind of interacting where I could squeeze them in. My biggest issue is these are new characters, right? Nobody knows who these characters are. So if I put a title on a book and it says Premonition, and it has these two new characters fighting that nobody knows who they are, and one is gigantic and one is little, and they're battling back and forth, who's the villain? Like, if you don't know who the villain is, who would you assume? Like, you would just see two characters battling. You may not even think one is a villain. The one with no cape. Oh, can I tell you guys something? This is why I had a drink earlier today. Like, I don't usually drink, but but even here, I can't show, if I'm showing these two locked in battle, I can show his face, but his face is still covered up. I could maybe all right, give me a second here. Y'all are gonna give me a heart attack. Okay, let's see if we did. Hey, Card, I appreciate you, brother. I got this handled, man. Yeah, I appreciate that you're Kevin's cousin, brother. Trust me, I'm Kevin and I have had many conversations. See, the thing that I keep coming back to when I come to these kinds of battle poses is it does look cool. I just don't. It doesn't intrigue me as a potential reader. Like, isn't the whole object of there's nothing interesting about a story of a hero that doesn't have any problem fighting or defeating his villains. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we know Superman is gonna win every battle because the dude is a beast, right? I mean, he's the biggest of all time. But if you don't at least create some intrigue that Superman's going to struggle somewhat to defeat his opponent, then what is the point? So if we show Premonition right off the bat, not struggling, then, like, why am I opening the book? You know, if he's not scared or overwhelmed or threatened or whatever, like, I don't know. It just does. That to me does not sound like. Whoops, this would be back. I'd have to fix that. So, what if we had, maybe we could have the opposite here. Hmm. That could be something, maybe. Carlos Perez. Hey man, love your art. Just came across your channel a week or two ago. X-Men artwork you did recently was so fire. Appreciate you, Iron Lion. I mean, it's not Superman, Carlos, so that's not gonna work. This could possibly work if we wanted to show both their faces. I was trying to get in some details of Premonition, in particular his cloak, and that he kind of, excuse me, he kind of floats in this mist. The sizing might have to change up here, and then how I would probably need to shrink Premonition here a bit. No, it's all good, Carlos. Yeah, these are some OCs by a guy named Kevin Crook, who's drawing. So the book is called Premonition. Main character is Premonition. He's fighting the main baddie, which is Manifest. Premonition Project on Instagram is correct. Joe Ferguson, appreciate it, man. Yeah, if we could have, maybe if I can get Manifest swinging his sword. If you have a page with commission info, it'd be awesome to get a piece by you if you're doing them at the moment. Iron Lion, the best place to talk to me about commissions is my Instagram, which is @ToddBeats, or my website, which is toddbeats.com. I'm gonna regret liking this pose because it's going to be significantly harder than what I had originally planned, but when something's working, you don't argue against that. I mean, this was kind of the original plan, brother. This was kind of the direction that I had started to think in my head. But I'm not mad at this idea either. If I can get it right, get the size and the positioning right. Look at this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 12. Okay, so if we get him a bit smaller, but this does kind of work because it will keep Premonition. I want Premonition to look like he's struggling. Like I don't want it to look like he isn't at all frightened by, or that he's not struggling at all against the bad guy, or that it's not scary, or that it's not, you know, that just to me does nothing in the realm of intriguing people that don't know anything about the story. So I want him to at least look somewhat threatened, somewhat you know, he's defending himself or he's fighting or whatever, but I want him to look like that he has something that he has to overcome. That is the essence of storytelling when you if you want to break down like the simplest thing. If you want to get to the root of what storytelling is all about, it's about overcoming obstacles, right? So we've got to show him in a position where he may not look like he's where we're not sure that he's going to be able to overcome the obstacle. That hand's a little off, but we get the idea. Thanks, peeps. Hopefully we can get to a place where everybody's happy and we all accomplish, again, the goal is always to make the most badass cover we can possibly make, or the badass piece of art that we can make that follows the rules of storytelling, that, you know, that's what we want. Everybody wants the same thing. So as long as we can kind of stick to that, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think this is definitely starting to feel like the best kind of merging of best case scenarios that we can get here. Might be able to save myself a little effort here if I have his cape kind of covering some stuff. His cloak should also be a good motion indicator. He's kind of falling backwards. His hand is too big, but we get the idea. We want it to be. I think the idea of it being kind of open and towards, because like fist, 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 fist on the page is just, it can just get boring. But I think if we have an open hand here that's going to show some level of like just some variation, and then also like Premonition is the good guy. He's not always trying to throw a fist, so to speak. Okay, this is something I can get down with. So here's what I'm gonna do, because this was 70 minutes just of concept. I'm gonna, how could I get, so if we made his fist, the villain's fist, a little more this way, I could kind of start to get that sword in there. Power orb, yeah, and we might need to discuss what that's gonna look like or what it does. I want to be real careful that we don't get too busy with stuff here, Kevin. But I'm open to hearing how that kind of, you picture that looking. I could maybe turn the hand over and have him manifesting it. Or switch these hands up, do the fist here, and do the open hand here. I don't want to cover his face. But I definitely like the domination of manifest here, and the to me this definitely says scary bad guy. Premonition is defending himself, not scared, but you know, we're definitely on the right track. Now, if I can figure out a way where I can get more of his sword in, that's going to be even better. Okay, I know it seems silly for me to take a break, but honestly, I need to take a few and breathe on this for a bit. This is the direction we're gonna go though. I'm sold on that. I think that'll be the most fun and allow I think that'll work out the best. So let me study a couple things on Manifest as far as his costume and all that stuff goes. Get some lunch, and then Kevin, I'll probably have you message me some examples of what you think the orb is going to look like stylistically, and we'll come back here probably in an hour or two and start laying down the actual pencils. So, all right, guys, solid session. Not as long as I was wanting to go, but I've been marinating on this for a while, so for me it feels like I've been thinking about this thing for weeks. So, all right, y'all be